Welcome once again. Inside the Carpenter Shop, we are growing together and becoming the people that Christ has called us to be. In the book of Colossians chapter 2, verse 13, it says this, "And you, being dead in your trespasses, and the uncircumcision of your flesh, he has made alive together with him, having forgiven you all trespasses." Years ago, there was a man who was in the cemetery business, and he also was a part-time lay evangelist. What that means is he'd work all week at the cemetery, selling plots, all the things he needed to do. But on the weekend, he would travel about and he would preach in the places that he was invited to, and he would do crusades. When he would speak to the crowds, he would use some humor, and he would try to entertain them by explaining to them that he was in the underground condominium business. And he was selling spots underground for people to move into. At the end of the day, there is something that is sobering and frightening for some about cemeteries. Cemeteries are those places where we place the remains of the departed. We say goodbye to loved ones in bodily form until the end of the age. Paul, as he's writing in the passage I just read to you in Colossians, is writing about death and bringing the dead back to life as an analogy of what it means to find salvation in Christ. We are spiritually dead in our trespasses. It is our sin, our shortcomings that kill us and ruin us spiritually, death. But the fullness of life comes because we've been forgiven those trespasses in Jesus. Think of the miraculous gift that we have in being forgiven. That should change the way that we live and face each and every day. And so the real question for us as we get ready to leave the Carpenter Shop today is, does that reality, does that truth that you are allowed to live forgiven change you? Or do you spend all your time dragging back through this life, all the stuff that you've done in the past, and although God's forgiven it, you just can't let it go? Because if you can't let it go, then two things are happening. One, you haven't really experienced the forgiveness of Christ. Or two, you just don't understand it. The great news is that God has taken your sin and separated it from you as far as the east is from the west. He knows what you struggle with. He's not forgetful. He knows your weak points. He knows your strengths. He knows those things that might cause you to stumble. And he's going to help you through them. But when it comes to holding you accountable for them, those things that really do mean that you deserve death, he's moved so far away from you that you don't have to worry about them so you can experience life. And that is a great gift. And so my advice to you, my prayer for you, my hope for you this day as you leave the Carpenter Shop is experience life. Embrace it and really live it because you are forgiven. And when Christ forgives you, you are free and free indeed. I look forward to joining you next time here in the Carpenter Shop.